It is finally time to finish up this master bathroom. We have taken this half bath all the way down to the studs, redid the plumbing, added the shower, and now it's time to start building it back up. We got the puck lights in last week and just finished putting up the drywall. As you can see here, we were trying to decide the pattern that we wanted to do so that way we would know where the niche was gonna fall. I, of course, like to complicate things, so instead of going with just a standard niche, I wanted to make a double length niche, which is the same size as my 12 by 24 tiles. So I have two of these Schluter niches and we have to cut it, put it together. But because of that, we're gonna have to cut the studs, redistribute the weight, yada yada, all the fun stuff. And then once we have that, we could put in the floor pan and waterproof the walls. Wasn't expecting to see that there.
This is why I like when Jason helps. He brings out the big boy tools.
Eventually I'll muster up enough courage to, you know, consistently use the big boy tools, but, you know, for now I like the little miter saw, the little butter knife. Hi! Now to cut the $80 niches or however much these things cost, and hope we don't mess it up. Beautiful!
It's much easier to work with than drywall.
That what?
Than drywall.
Yeah. Matters. All right. So then I also have to cut this wall out. Put a little bubble gum, stick them together. Call it a day.
Cut it from the backside.
That's why I keep you around, kid. Ta-da! Oh yeah, that looks awesome. This is what it's looking like in the back. So we split the studs, put pieces all the way across, and then to transfer the load, we put these guys so that way they all connect with little blocks here into the other studs. And yeah, these are just so that I had something to screw into. For the other side, it's not really doing anything, but beautiful. I gotta say, we're a little cleaner with that first wall.
Yeah.
Awesome. Membrane time.
Membrane time. What are you doing, Bianca?
Guys, this is a shit show. It is 2 a.m. right now. The bits of chips. Guys, we left at 4 a.m. again yesterday. I am fairly certain that if I ever pull that again, Jason will refuse to come and help me. That is the second time that these bathroom renovations have ran till 4 a.m. And yeah, they are just taking a toll. The reason we ended up staying is because of the timeline that I'm on for this bathroom. I had to get the waterproofing done in order to call the inspector for the shower pan by the end of the week. Because if not, then I wouldn't have been able to tile on the weekend. So we got it all freaking done. It was a mission and a half. I'll end up doing the flood test tonight, leaving it overnight for tomorrow. Hopefully all that is good. So in the meantime, I'm going to tile this floor. Actually, I got to mud these seams first. Fixture is done. Finally starting to look like a full-on bathroom. I'm not gonna lie, I freaking love that niche. Hopefully I could finish it like properly and give it justice, but I love that thing. It is huge. So now we're gonna go ahead and try to tile. I think it's only going to be 21 tiles. How long could it possibly take? Literally what I say every single time something takes so freaking long. Also, I just got locked out of my house for like a good while. That was a mission. But now we're ready. This is gonna be the last thing for the day, so let's see if we can get home before 1 o'clock in the morning today. Gonna be using the same tile cutter. By the way, I'll have links to all the stuff that I use in the description. This thing honestly works pretty good. The good thing about these tiles is there's not really a specific like hard pattern like the shower tiles from the other bathroom. It's kind of just like a blend. So I'm not really gonna try to match up any tiles or anything like that. I'm just gonna lay them down and let the natural kind of striations do their thing. I just laid them out and I shouldn't end with any super tiny pieces. That 1/3 square is the smallest square, and it's either I do it there at the shower or it would end up here. So doing it this way, I have a full piece for the majority of the shower that will end right there. I mean, for the majority of the floor. And then that little piece is like hidden behind the vanity. Let's see if I can just stay minimally, you know, keep the dirtiness to a minimum. It is only 12 and we finished up the floor. Let's go. I'm walking the plank. Oh. Because I'm putting the water in for the water test. Good news is the water held. Bad news is I can't get the inspector out here till tomorrow. So that guy's just gonna sit with water in it. I took off all of the spacers from the floor. Looks pretty good. And I'm going to grout now. I accidentally made entirely too much grout. Like I tripled my recipe by mistake. So we're definitely gonna have enough grout to do this in one shot. I was trying to decide whether I wanted to go with this silver grout or the carbon, but I ultimately decided with silver because I feel like it's a little bit lighter, but it's still like a color match. And then I felt like the carbon would have been like, it would have just made the tiny room too dark overall, I think. So we're going with silver, which should kind of line up with like the lighter striations in the grout. Should. We'll see if it does, but it should. Looks great. It's a good thing I didn't go with the darker one. Turns out this one actually matches the darker striations more so than the lighter striations. Inspection passed. Oh, that sounds crazy. Well, it drains. I'm going to tile the niche and the shower floor now. Both of them are going to be getting like little herringbone tiles. This is what they look like, and I was trying to figure out like how many I kind of need, figuring out like where I have to cut them so that they kind of fit. I mean, whichever way I put it, there's going to be one side with a small piece on there because it's just the way it's going to work out. But yeah. I I guess it's go time. I think it's safe to say that I overestimated the amount of cement these would need. What a mess. Gotta clean it up so I could see the lines this way and try to get them to match as best as possible, so that you hopefully have a seamless look. It's gonna be super fun scraping all these little grout lines out. I think that's as good as we're gonna get this one. Hey, by the way, if anybody is like a, I don't know, tile installer or does this kind of stuff for a living, if you guys are seeing something that's not right or that could help with something, drop a comment, let me know, you know? It is nice that I cut all these though, I gotta say. That is a plus. Oh, I'm bleeding. Blood, sweat, and tears going into this house, folks. Everything was smooth sailing. And then the frickin' drain, man. That seamless drain is such a pain. Great concept. Looks awesome. Pain in the ass to do. The niche actually looks pretty good though. I mean the floor looks good too. I don't know why I said that, but they both look pretty good for someone who doesn't do tile. And then I had a ton of mud still, so instead of wasting it, I just decided to knock out the curb tonight as well. So got that done. Put a little bit of edge banding. My goal here is to keep the same pattern flowing. So it was long, and then I'm gonna start over there with the small. I am putting in so many hours right now. It's 11 o'clock tonight. I got here, I wanna say by like 10:30-ish I was here, and I've just been working nonstop, and that's what I've been doing every single day, except I've been leaving at 12, 1, 2, 4. So, yeah, I'm exhausted. I was gonna prime the room tonight, just so that way it was done, but I think I'm just gonna call it. I don't do that too often, but yeah. It is time to tile the wall. I'm getting a super late start today. It's already 4 o'clock, so I'm behind. Jason came over earlier and helped me cut the miters for the niche, so hopefully that doesn't go like too chaotic. And I'm also going to do this kind of a way that you probably shouldn't do it. Basically, I measured from the bottom of the niche to the floor, and it's like a 1/2 inch bigger of a gap at the bottom than I would want. But I want to make sure that this falls in a row. So I'm gonna actually drop these 4 this way, so that way my gap is at the bottom, rather than having this like not line up with the row of tiles. Well, that's what we're gonna try to do. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but that's what I'm gonna try to do. And I think the gap at the bottom might be a little bigger than I had hoped, but you know, the niche is in the wall now and it's too late. So that's what it's gonna be. I do have my entire back floor laid out though, so that should help me move along here. Gravity, folks. Doesn't let things like that happen. Quick update, it's been 2 hours and we finally got to the niche, which isn't too terrible timing wise. I got 3 rows left, hopefully easy. Unfortunately, even doubling up the spacers at the bottom was not enough to get us right to that little lip. So what I had to do, which this is definitely super Minnie Mouse. I know this is not the proper way to do it. I just, at this point, it's like I didn't know what else to do unless I wanted to do like cut tiles in the niche, and I didn't do all this and come all this way just to come this way. So I did what I could do, which is I made the spacing on the last like 3 rows bigger. So I tried to kind of do a little bit on each of them, but this last row was just, actually the last row and the second row was just not moving at all by the time I got to this. So I just had to like incrementally make that one bigger, and this one bigger. And it's still not perfect, but it's about the same. Once this is here, it will be like, it's definitely a little bit bigger of a grout line than the rest of it, but it's not terrible. I had to do a little bit more here to kind of get this one close, hoping that the fact that I have really light grout kind of makes it blend in and not be like super obvious. I think I kind of made this work pretty decently for what I was dealing with on the measurement issues. Looking at it right now, it looks pretty freaking fire. There's nothing that like at least me, there's nothing that catches my eye as like super wrong. I mean, if you guys see something, let me know. But the spacing, although it is a little bit bigger, it doesn't look like anything is way bigger than another part of the spacing. So that is good. I try to also kind of match it around the niche, so that way it wouldn't be like huge spaces and then like little spaces. And I had to try to do the same thing on the edge and the top. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I got some mud here, so I'm gonna probably just knock out the easier wall here and then call it a night. I am burnt out. I usually try to keep things super positive on this channel, but I think it's important to let you guys know that this renovation is, not just this renovation, like just this renovation mixed with life and everything. Like I feel like I am burning the candle at both ends. I have at least a minimum of 1 breakdown a week working on this house. It's just, I don't know. Literally, I was driving to Lowell's yesterday with tears rolling down my face because I think the issue is that I'm just a very ambitious person, and I set goals for myself that, to me seem realistic, but in the reality of things, it's just too much at once. So then I get into this endless cycle of being, disappointed because I didn't finish the whole shower in one day, or, just do a bunch of stuff that was on my list when it should not be on my list to begin with. But it is what it is, I feel like people that maybe aren't as ambitious will say like you need to be less ambitious, and I don't think it works like that. I think, the people that don't have that in them, it would be like asking them to be more ambitious. It's the same thing, just backwards, if that makes sense. So like everybody has their own thing, and that I feel like might be my downfall. I mean, it's not a downfall really. It's, it's great. I love it, but I gotta work on not letting it, completely deteriorate my mood and just make everything shitty. So yeah, but today is a new day and it is a great day, and I am feeling like we're gonna get a lot accomplished. So here we go again. I think I'm gonna finish the shower, paint the walls, do a bunch of stuff, but we'll see what actually happens. Hell yeah. Check it out. Wow, I am so happy that that's done with. I still have to obviously do like the detailed cleaning before I grout and everything, but I figured I would just do it all at once. Man, oh man, am I ecstatic that that's over with. Got these puppies cut out as well. I actually did a pretty good job on them. I only messed up this spout once, and it's because I put the hole a little bit too far to the left. So luckily I did that before, since I was one sheet, I did the hole before I did this part. And I was lucky enough to get this one pretty good on the first try. It's a little big on this side, but I double checked, and the cover covers everything. So no issues there. So I'm about to paint the walls real quick, which you're probably not gonna notice a big difference because it's like it's called site white. It's supposed to have like a tinge of blue. It's not the color that was supposed to go in here. I was supposed to do the same color that's in the other bathroom, but it's been so long since I picked out the color in the tile, I think that that color is going to be too dark for this tile, and it's gonna make the whole room kind of, I don't know, just feel too dark. So I didn't want to do that anymore. And I have so much paint, so I'm just going to use one of the colors that I already picked. I didn't want to use what I put in the living room because it's more of like an orangey toned white, like a warmer white. So I'm gonna go with this one. You know, it's gonna be a surprise for you guys and for me. So it's a win-win. There is so much cement in my camera that like the lens isn't closing. Every time I move the screen, it just like makes sounds, which isn't great, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna make you guys watch paint dry, so we'll check in next time it's time to, I guess, install some stuff. Yee. And we're back. So today is kind of install day where we get to hopefully put in the toilet, the vanity, maybe even grout the shower. Jason was supposed to be here helping me with the toilet, but unfortunately we ran out of time and he had to go to work. So lucky for me, I get to figure out how to put in a toilet by myself. Got 3 holes out of the 6 that I'm gonna put already done. And yeah, the part I'm most worried about is getting the flange to sit flat. We needed, with the last one, we needed a lot of force. Let's make this guy super freaking gooey, so hopefully it slides on down. I don't freaking know, guys. Shit. Oh, let's freaking go. Let's freaking go, baby! We are level, and yeah. That was freaking nerve-wracking, but luckily it went our way today. Also, so one of the biggest things that I was trying to like battle here is with this size of this bathroom is the minimum requirements by code for the toilet and like the things next to it. So 15 inches on center is the minimum allowed amount of space. And then for the showers, minimum width is 30 inches. We have like 15 and a quarter. And the shower is 30 and a half. Now, granted, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not sure if the 30 inches includes the curb or not. I couldn't find anything on it. Technically, I mean, if you wanted to put the door or the curtain on the outside, that would be part of the shower. So I included it. If it doesn't include that, then, you know, we're screwed and we didn't make it. Not too bad. I think that's off. I hope that's off. Let's go turn the water on. I also hope I didn't mess up the toilet one that was in the wall when I was kind of really giving it my all. Here we go. Oh my God. Oh, I forgot to have the sink on. Whoops. Dancing no lickies. Woo! Knocking things out left and right. Be strong. So that I don't scratch my floor. The counter does overhang, so I gapped this out just enough also so that I don't interfere with the trim and I don't have to do any additional modifications there. Hitting boom. 15 on center, baby. Honestly, I think sometimes people said it includes, like, even if you put a toilet paper roll here, the lip of the overhang, this is like a 1/4 inch here. So that might not fly, but the actual main thing is 15 away. So hopefully we're good. I've put these on the toilet in the past when when I've installed the one toilet I've installed, but these instructions are saying to put it in here, and since I'm doing this by myself, I'm just gonna do it that way because it will be a lot easier for me. Lucky for me, it is a round bowl. got both. Jesus. Lined up. Here we go. We want to go down all the way. Good thing I brought extra wax rings. I don't know, man. That one had like an extra rubber piece. This standard one does not. So maybe that was it. Take two. Here we go. Please don't let me down. Please don't let me down. Down, down. Okay. There we go. It says twist, but avoid rocking. Okay, we twist, we don't rock. Gotta make sure you can sit on here and you don't wobble all over the place. Woo! I think we're good. My camera died, but it is time to turn the water on and test for leaks. Or check for leaks, not really test. It's either gonna leak or it's not gonna leak. Woo! Okay, okay. This is stressful. It says flush several times. We're still looking good, folks. Toilet, check. Let's get this guy, attached. This thing was clogged and now all of a sudden it wants to just massively come out. Perfect. We are looking pretty good in here. Also, I had to go with a rounded toilet. I prefer a elongated toilet, but they are like 3 to 4 inches out longer. So because of the space restrictions, I didn't want the toilet sticking out like in the middle of the doorway. So we went rounded. I am going to take all these off and clean this so that way I can grout tomorrow. I was hoping to grout today, but it's already super late and I got really behind on schedule today because I started late. And my inspection, I scheduled the final inspection for Friday. Today is Wednesday. So that means I need to clean this, get it ready, so that way I can grout first thing in the morning, let that dry, and then silicone, so that way it has 24 hours to dry before the inspector comes. So, yeah. That absolutely freaking sucked. I was here till like 1 o'clock in the morning last night, taking all of the mortar out of the grout lines from the walls. Then I was so tired, so I came back to finish the floor. Thank goodness I put a board like in the middle, but the edges were freaking horrendous. So got that all done. Finally time to grout. I probably won't do too much filming today just because I have an immense amount of stuff to do and the inspection is tomorrow. And I'm kind of slightly panicking a little bit, but we're gonna do it. I might have to pull an all-nighter. Yeah, so I'm just gonna grout and do a couple things and I'll show you guys in a bit. Houston, we might have one problem. I had to use the bottom of the grout bag to finish the second like half of the floor grout. And as you can tell, there's a spot right there that is a different color. I'm hoping that it's still drying and it's just all starting to settle in, but yeah, if not, that's gonna suck because I'm gonna have to do another like coat over the floor and try to get it all to match, but that would be for a later date and time. Yeah, so I'm getting these guys installed right now. Had to get these little extender pieces, found them on Amazon. Had this size and longer ones because I didn't have, well, in the other bathroom, I had them too far into the wall. And then these are pretty close, but still a little too far. But it's just the way it worked out with how close my pecs was to the drywall and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah. Let's see if we can see any leaks. So I'm gonna do this guy. Oh boy, here we go. Should go against the wall. Alright. Well. And we do have a leak. Ah. Okay. Still beating out. Gosh darn it. I finally got it to not leak, but now there's like no pressure. All the pressure in the rest of my house is fine. It's fine coming out of the shower head. So it's something with this guy. I figured it out. I took this guy off because I forgot to put this blade on before. So luckily there's two little Allen screws here that just take off this part, so I didn't have to redo the thread part. And I turned the water on and the water was flowing out of the thing fine. So I knew it had to be something with this guy. And turns out I had an extra washer in here. It was packaged in there, but I guess it was just an extra. So took that out and... Oh shit! I thought that was pointing that way. Oh my gosh, what a disaster. I went with the same exact faucet setup that I put in my other bathroom because I am super not original. And when you like something, you know, you like it. It was fun getting that guy in. I guess let's give this puppy a whirl. Oh gar. Okay, our cold water is live. Well, we got water. Oh snap! Wow, surprisingly, this thing is dry. Oh Jesus, why do I keep splashing all over the place in this bathroom? Cool, so that's done. Last thing for the night is siliconing the shower. And then that should get me good enough for inspection. I'm definitely not done. Like, I need to obviously clean and do like little minor things, caulking around the window, stuff like that. But I don't think that that is going to be looked at in my final inspection. I think it's just like the operation of the toilet, the shower, the vanity system. Hopefully we pass and I can just relax on the whole bathroom permit process. Woo! We have officially passed our final inspection and the permit for the bathroom remodel is completed. Let's go. So today is all about the tedious task of like cleaning. Right now I'm cleaning around this window so that way I could just caulk this seam, get that looking nice and clean. I want to do something with this this drain. So there's a gasket in the drain and I guess the sink lip isn't like down enough for it. So I'm getting this little pool of water here. What I'm going to try to do is take the gasket off and put plumber's putty to see if that maybe drops it just a little bit. So that way I don't have that little issue there. I do have a backsplash that I ordered aftermarket coming, but it doesn't get here till Monday, so that's not going to be in this video. But I'm definitely going to put the back one and probably a side one as well, just to kind of tie that all together. These little knobs really, you know, spruce things up a little. We still got clearance right here. Honestly, the vanity looks nice, but I'm really not too happy with the quality. Compared to my other one, it's kind of cheapy. Granted, it was cheapy, so I guess you get what you pay for, obviously. But yeah, finished getting these two guys in last night as well. That one just had to be put on. This one was throwing a error because the ground wasn't connected. They had them all connected inside, but not to the switches, and I guess this outlet doesn't work without the ground, so it burnt that one that was on there. Luckily I had an extra one and I replaced it, and now we are good. Shower grout, I guess, just didn't finish completely drying because it's looking much better now, and I did not re-grout. So that is good. Also, I highly recommend the gray silicone on gray tiles. Let me tell you, that was much less painstaking, or however you would say that, than me doing the gray on the white. That shit sucked. Real quick, as I am sealing up these shower head face plates with silicone, I wanted to show you guys kind of what I was doing to check and make sure there's no leaks behind the wall. So I already did this one, so I can't show you, but you guys saw we were able to clearly see the threads that were outside before, but what it goes into, the dog ears that are in the wall, it's behind a seal. So like, I can't see if that one is leaking, you know, and because this one was leaking the first time we did it, I ended up taking it out and putting like, I don't know, 8 wraps of Teflon tape on the back one just to be a little bit extra cautious since this one leaked. So like I was trying to peek back there and like use a flashlight, but it's just, I really can't see. So I slept on it and I was like, how can I check if there's water coming out of that fitting? Like there has to be a way. And then I thought, I have this little tiny screwdriver that fits and I could feel it hit the metal in the back. And what if I just put a napkin back there and make sure that it doesn't come out with water on it? So I did this. I did it already before I turned it on to make sure it was not coming out wet. And now I jammed it back in there. I just went until I hit the fitting. Whoops. The fitting, you hear it? Boom, and then I just stuffed the paper in there. Now we're gonna crank this baby on, let it run for a little bit, and I hope I'm out of the splash zone here. Huh? Shower's working good though. Honestly, this was really bothering me. Like there has to be a better way to do this. If you know, like let me know. With the other bathroom was super easy because there was no wall here, so I could just turn it on and go for it. But this one, I mean, how do you know? Fingers crossed. Looks dirty, but it doesn't look freaking wet. Now I can silicone that bad boy on there. Something for you guys to try maybe, and it helps you out. I don't know if it's, you know, it's not 100% fail-safe method, but it's gotta be better than not checking for anything at all, right? I think we're good. The size of this one is a little bit more manageable, so it should hopefully be okay. Oof. Now let's fix the drain. I'm out here doing all the freaking projects. I could just unscrew this and then pull it up. Yay. So I think this is the seal, one of these, and this not being deep enough, I guess, it's causing the issue. Grab a pinch and make a little snake or a little bread roll. I feel like that is probably too much. Oh yeah, all right, once we tighten that puppy down. Oh yeah. That's looking better. Hopefully now it's sealed really good. You could see the lip of the thing now. Here we go. I guess that's gonna be good enough. Still a wee bit, but before it was like that right there. There we go. Let's go. No leakies. Another thing fixed. Do you guys want to see how nuts I really am? So this baseboard piece right here, I had to cut a notch into it to install it because it didn't fit all the way behind the vanity. But I already had the vanity installed when I installed this, and then there was a little crack on the baseboard that I couldn't caulk the top. You see it back there? Yeah, well, I can't get to it. So what I'm doing is I'm putting caulk on the edge of this screwdriver. I'm putting it in there, and it's actually freaking working. It has to be on the edge though. If it's not on the edge, it's not working. I gotta put it down there on the edge and then I could flip it on the flat part. So I drop it and I flip the little screwdriver. Boom, cock it up. Things like that might be why this renovation in general is taking me so long, because I overanalyze things. And you know, I don't know, nobody else might ever see that, but if somebody does see it, they'll be like, wow, look at the little details. Or they could have just think that the baseboards were in before the frickin' vanity was in. I feel much better now. Look at the window frame before. It's just a crack. And after. Really finishes off the job. Oh, look at that one up there. Really just finishes it off and makes it look a lot cleaner. I am pretty much done with this bathroom conversion. I have a shower door that's on the way and the vanity backsplash, and then we're good. Tomorrow I'm gonna do some paint touch-ups and call it a day. We've officially increased the property value probably like $15,000. I can't find a specific answer online, but I was seeing between 10 to 20% of the house like current value, and I'm doing on the lower side of 10%, like 7-8% at 15,000. So I don't know if you guys know the answer to that. How much does converting a half bath into a full bath actually increase your property value? Also, I am curious about what a bathroom renovation like this would cost. I didn't get any quotes to do like a full renovation like this. I did get plumbing quotes when I was first thinking about hiring a plumber, and those ranged from like $800 to $4,000 depending on what was being done, and even the $4,000 one didn't entail everything that we did to the plumbing. So I know that could be expensive, but if you're in this field of like remodeling, or if you've had a bathroom renovation similar to like the scope of this project and you care to share, I would love to know like what something like this might run if you were to hire somebody to do it. Check out what it looked like before and after. I like it. It's still dirty right now. I have to clean tomorrow, but you guys get the idea. The window was all falling apart, a bunch of stuff. We went just straight drywall with it. Added the shower. We had to move over the toilet to do it. Got a new toilet in here, put the vanity. I hope you guys like the bathroom renovation. Next, I think I'm going to be tackling the hardwood floors and figuring out how to refinish them and stain them and make them hopefully nice. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.